Hey everyone, welcome to Big Sister Strings Podcast. I'm your host, Katera Lachey, Katera B, whatever you want to call me, and welcome. Before I start, I just want to say if you're watching on YouTube, check the links in the description box. Also, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or any other podcast streams or forums, check the links in the show notes. I will have my Facebook group where I am joining a group with all of our sisters, all of us, where we can share testimonies, stories, advice, whatever we want to talk about in there. Also, my business link is in the description, Royal Candles. Don't forget to check that out. And yeah, so let's get into this podcast. Today, first off again, I realized in my last podcast episode that I said a lot. I was really nervous making that video. I didn't know the direction of how I was wanting to take it, which I should have kind of planned it out, but really God put that topic on my heart to do. So that's what I did. But this one is kind of a piggyback off of that one. Today we are talking about journaling and the benefits of doing so. I journal, like I said in my last podcast, and if you haven't checked that one out, go check it out. I journal frequently. I don't journal every single day. I'm not going to just put it on here like I just in the ultimate journaler. I do it every single day. It helps me relieve stress. It helps this, it helps that, because I do not do it every single day. But what I will say is, when I journal, it's really kind of like a check-in for me. I journal maybe once or twice a month, maybe 3 or 4 times a month, and it really helps me. But before I get any deeper into what I do, how I do it, what it helps with, and etc., let's just talk about what journaling is. So I know a lot of you, a lot of girls, maybe even some guys listening, we have journals to convey our feelings. So when I say journal, I mean you get a book, whether it's a diary book or just a journal. Like it could be even like a school notebook where you date it. You can say, in my case, I say Dear God, or you can just say Dear Diary, Dear Journal, Dear Yourself. Sometimes you may want to write letters to yourself. And you really just write out what you are feeling, the things that you can't say in words verbally. You may be able to say in words when you're writing it down. And also, a lot of times, it helps you get your thoughts together. If your thoughts are all over the place and you just think here and you think there and then you think here and then you think there, kind of like me, you kind of need to journal to just really figure out how you are really feeling on the inside. It's not a problem, and I've heard a few people say that journaling makes them feel like something is wrong with them or it doesn't help, which it may not help you, but I just want to kind of tell you all how I do it and the benefits that it's helped me with, and maybe you all may be able to do it the same way that I do. Because a lot of times people try to make journaling seem like it has to be done every single day for it to be effective, or just for you to get in the routine of doing certain things. But I feel like when I do it sporadically, periodically, it really helps me, because it's, like I said again, it is like a check-in with myself, or a check-in with my feelings, a check-in with what I've been feeling over the past few months, past few weeks. And I can also go back and read the ones that I've written a couple months ago and see where I was there compared to here. They say that you want to do that every day because you can see how you change over time, but I feel like once or twice a month is suffice, or sufficient. Will suffice is sufficient. So most of the times when I journal to talk to God. I will go outside. I have a balcony at my house, so I will go outside on the balcony and I will get my journal, get my phone, a pen, and just sit outside, look at the sun, look at the sunset. Oh, don't look at the sun, but feel the sun hit your face, because that relieves a lot of stress too. And watch the sunset, play a little gospel music, and get to work. Now, this is my personal time because I may cry, I really haven't screamed, even though I may have needed to, but I may like scribble on a piece of paper, like, you know, just do your feelings. Like, if you want to scream and you can't scream, scribble. Get your emotions out. Like, do what you need to do. But yeah, I may sit out there, listen to gospel music, and when I'm writing to God, it will be either a prayer or just me having a conversation. And a lot of times I'll write it and then I may read it out loud. And a lot of times it'll make me emotional, because whenever I talk to God, I don't know about you all, but I get super emotional. Like, super emotional. But if you are writing to yourself, you may also get emotional, because when you read it maybe a month or two from now, you see like where your emotions really were. Or if you write to your diary, so you can have someone to talk to. You know, that's kind of the point of it, is if you don't have someone else to talk to, then you can write it down so that you can get your feelings out and have someone to talk to. Makes sense? Especially if you don't want everyone to know your business, or you just can't talk to a physical person. And growing up, I had that problem. Like, I could never really just talk to a physical person and tell them, hey, this is how I'm feeling, it's this, that, and the third. Because for one, I would end up crying. Like, I would get emotional just talking about my feelings. And a lot of times people want to be heard, and a lot of times people will say they'll listen, or they're a listening ear, but they really don't hear you. They don't really hear what you have to say, but they may just be there for you, like kind of like a brick on the wall. And I'm like, I might as well write in my journal where it's a physical, hard thing where I can write to it and it won't speak back to me, rather than having a living, breathing person there who I expect to speak back to me, but really sometimes they don't even know what to say back to you, and that may hurt your feelings. Excuse me, it may hurt your feelings or cause a little friction, you know. But when I journal, like I said, I say, dear God, and write out whatever I'm feeling. Like, today was awful, or today was amazing, and was going about my day. Or just say, dear God, lately I've been dealing with this, and just write it. I've been dealing with X, Y, and Z, and God, I just ask that you would do A, B, and C for me, but I know you can do it, type stuff. Or if you're writing in your diary to yourself, because I haven't always written to God. I just recently started doing that. When I wrote my diary, I just say, dear diary, today I'm going through this, and then I would say how I'm feeling about it. I would say, today I'm going through a bad hair day, and I really don't like the way that my hair has been looking. It's really been making me feel sad, because I just felt like it's just not me. It doesn't fit me. And like, you can say stuff like that, and then you'd be like, but in order to change this, because you also have to have a resolution. You don't have to have one, but I feel like it helps when you have a resolution to whatever problem you're having, or an idea of what your way of a way you're trying to fix whatever you're going through. Because even though you may not have known how to fix it before, when you're just thinking, because you're thinking here and you're thinking there, but when you write it down, you're like, hey, that's not as big of a problem as I thought it was. I can just fix it by maybe taking a little bit extra out of my check each month to go get my hair done, or maybe learning how to do a certain hairstyle with my hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really helps you get your thoughts in order. And I feel like this helps with organization. Now, it also helps with stress and anxiety. Another battle I've been fighting. Because whenever you write and you get out your feelings, you get out your emotions, you get out anything that you've been going through, have you guys, and if you've done this from speaking to you right now, have you guys ever felt like a weight was lifted off your shoulders? Like, you can just, well, that was it. Like, you know, like you just kind of let it off. Because I know a lot of times people tend to hold in feelings and hold in things that's going on with them. And when it builds up, it feels like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. Like, you just walking and trotting along with all this weight, all this baggage, all this emotion, and you don't know how to release it. And journaling can really help with that, because like I was saying earlier, you can write it how you're feeling and cry it out. It's okay to cry it out. Or you can write how you're feeling and scream till you can't no more. You can scribble and holler at your book. because it's not gonna hurt its feelings. It's not gonna say anything back to you. And whatever other emotion you're feeling, you can write it out and laugh about how you've been feeling, because it may have been just something small that you made bigger, but when you write it out, you're just like, was I really upset about that? Like, you know. So I feel like it really helps with releasing whatever pressure. I'm just gonna call all of those things pressure. Whatever pressure has been on your heart or on your mind, it really helps to release that. Now, a lot of times when people say that it doesn't work, I feel like that it doesn't work because you expect it to be an instant, what's the word I'm looking for? Solution. You expect it to be an instant solution. Now, when you do write, and also like, you may write and it may not be an instant solution because you may not be allowing it to be an instant solution. You may write and then you're like, this is stupid. You may write 2-3 sentences and feel that emotion coming along, and then you're like, no, this is stupid. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And that's you blocking your feelings. I'm looking at that, but I don't know, guys. I don't know. Trying to figure this whole thing out. But yeah, you may look at that and be like, I don't want to do this. I'm writing and it's stupid. It's making me feel kind of way. It's making this and it's doing that. But you really have to realize that that is a part of it. It brings out emotions. Like if you don't know how to talk to someone or you don't have anyone to talk to, that is your outlet. So whenever you're writing and you do feel that emotion coming along, just let it out. If you're starting to cry, just cry. If you're starting to scream, just scream. If you're getting anxious, keep writing until that feeling goes away. Like, because it may be whatever that you're writing about is triggering you, not the book not working. Because, like I said, I journal. I've been journaling all my life, really. But on and off. Like, I haven't been consistently doing it every single day. It's not part of my morning routine. I'm not one of those type of people. But whenever I need to get something out, I write it out and I feel much better because I don't really think about that situation anymore. Whatever you're thinking about and you write it about it, you're not thinking about it anymore. So I don't really feel like it is a instant solution, because if you really need help with something, you really need to seek help and seek someone that can actually help you. But if it is like something that you can deal with on your own, or you really haven't known how to deal with on your own, but you can sit and write it out and read it over and over, figure out a solution to your problem, or even just, like I said, release some pressure that's on your chest. You have to do that. Just do it. Don't think about what someone else is doing, or think about how somebody looks at you when you just like, oh, I'm finna go journal, and they're like, what? Or, don't think about what other people think. That is your time between you and your journal, or you and God, you and whoever you're writing to. You can even write a note to someone that may have hurt you in the past, or someone that has done something to you in the past. You can write a letter to them as well. And that is another form of letting go of some things that have been on your heart or your chest, some pressure. Because when you may not be able to speak to that person physically, but mentally, the thing that they've done to you has been really weighing on your mind and really causing you to be set back from the things that you're meant to be doing. So whenever you do write in your journal, you can write to certain people. They don't ever have to read it. And also, like, you can also wrap it up, put it in an envelope like you're about to send it to them, but you don't ever have to send it to them. You just write a note to that person, let them know what they did, how they feel. You can call them whatever you want to call them. You can say whatever you want to say, because they don't ever have to read it, but you're getting that emotion off of your chest so that it's not holding you back from whatever you're meant to be doing. Because that person may not even care what they did to you, or may not even know that they hurt you in that kind of way. But you know that if you try to express that to that person, they won't care. Or like I was saying, they'll be like a brick wall sitting there talking to, and you're like, hey, I'm expressing my emotions to you. Why are you not responding? Why are you ignoring me? Why are you being... Or people might even say like, oh, I didn't do that to you. Like, what are you talking about? to avoid all of that, like I said, you can write a letter to them, journal to yourself, and just really use it to give yourself kind words as well. You can use it to uplift yourself. Dear me. I can do it in my case. Dear Katera, you are that girl. Y'all know what I was about to say. But yeah, you can say, you are that girl. You can do whatever you set your mind out to do. And then give yourself positive affirmations. I am this. I am that. I am this. I am that. I will do this. I will do that. Write them over and over. Read them out loud. You will feel better. So I feel like the benefits of journaling really helps you release that pressure. Really helps you release your emotions. Really helps you release anything that's kept you from reaching your full potential. So this is the end of this podcast. If you are watching, don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you're listening, don't forget to add my podcast to your library so that you won't miss any time that I upload a new episode. Thank you guys for watching. Big Sister out.